If the time apart is not long, how is this package found? Okay, this not so long time, we define it as 6 months. The time since you broke up with them is not more than 6 months. Within 6 or 7 months, within a year, within 6 to 7 months. If it's about what is being thought and what is being considered in a short period of non-light stage. So if you are attached to someone now, then it is possible. If you still want to see him who broke up within the past 6 months, you can also make a reply. It's not necessarily just reviewing. It's not necessarily when you are born that you can see. Okay, let's start now. Mr. Ding knows how to draw. Climbing to 3 divine cards can control the entire video in about 10 to 12 minutes. So if you have time, please watch it from beginning to end. Who's the What's it? Hope this helps. Okay, let's see what he just revealed. Can you see clearly? I will mention it. Yes, if there are no New Mexico cases, it's okay. There are many New Mexico cases. Yes, the teacher will talk about it later, but New Mexico can only be a reference. They cannot suit everyone. Good night, good night. Wow, very good. This brand is pretty good. Feels very good. A Zhang Xiaosan card has appeared. It's not bad. This brand is pretty good. Let's draw a central idea card and take a look. Wow, the pressure is huge. All have crashed. Okay, let's first spend 30 seconds and another 30 seconds to judge which desktop you drew. Okay, then scene 10 positive positions. The pressure is very high, high pressure. The pressure is very high, very tired and very upset. Watch out, stress comes from many aspects. First is the answer review aspect. Let's take a look. And the first thing that appears is, and it proves that you are in the correct position and the king in the front station. The second line that appears is Bao Zhenwu. And there are 2 reverse cards in the third row. 3 cups, 10 coins are reversed, and 3 wands are upright. Let's see what he's been thinking lately. I feel you've been apart for a while, but you should have not seen each other during this time because there's a mysterious stone here. The other one represents the unwillingness to meet or is busy, etc. Anyway, there is a bunch of reasons why there is no seeing each other, no opportunity to meet, or even not being able to make an appointment. This kind of feeling is his do-do-do. What I mean is, this deck has drawn a sequence of 3 Ningwei, so the triples here are usually in the blue circle, which is threesomes, of course. There might be some people. The other party's mother or elders do not agree. It's possible to have this kind of relationship, but in most cases it doesn't matter what kind it is. It's either that such situations really exist, or the previous teacher didn't know. It just feels like the balance of this relationship has been broken. There is a color imbalance outside. You might have had disputes before, maybe because of this third person or because of his ex. You had a long dispute because here is even a fight is possible. Yes, if diagnosed, stayed very long in the comment section. Really need some guidance. This could be why the other party is under such a lot of pressure because they have to taking care of all aspects, the temple owner said. Allocate time or manage 2 or even 3 or more aspects. It's very tiring and hard. Frankly speaking, it's very echoed a theme material. What do you think the teacher has been thinking about recently? Very simple, people have been. The personality is a bit introspective. It's him who usually helps us, but he thinks you guys might not have much fate. But this guy likes to challenge destiny. Because he has already established his position at this age, but he still wants to challenge and try to save this relationship. It's clearly stated that the door of command has been established, but the appearance of the tank implies the challenge. not just going with the flow or following the arrangement of the command. Don't want it this way. So there is a challenge, or say there is dissatisfaction, or there is a rebellion, or there is a double fundamentality. In fact, we can first do a big constellation. Host teammate. Thank you all. Look at Cancer, Gemini, Virgo, and Butt, and the lantern on fire and Sagittarius tiger, just like what the teacher just mentioned. If you have time, you can leave a message to leave a word for the teacher to know. It will be very accurate. Let the teacher know, because now it's the new later period. Last time we saw the moon and Venus, you two just looked at the sun. Okay? The best feeling is that this person, first of all, missed you a lot and is very nostalgic, even if he was the one who made mistakes. He was the one who didn't treat you well at first, but he wanted to come back very early. Although it seems like it's fate's arrangement, you guys are meant to be. It's almost over, there's almost no way to go on, but he still won't give up. There's this kind of feeling, typical of not cherishing when together, but when not. Desperately want this feeling. Does it correspond to your real situation? If you have corresponding, the feeling in the public group is smooth, and the blessing for 2022 is a deep pain between two people. Looking at this physique, the teacher himself is just tossing around, tormenting others and torturing himself, isn't he? So it's quite hard for you to represent these two people. But the teacher says that there is still motivation in the later period because there is strength here. They have a few more dances tonight. When the full account 3 appears here, I notice that your understanding and knowledge of the other party is far from enough, because only 1 3 appears here. Maybe you guys haven't known each other for long, or maybe you guys have known each other for a long time, but you may only understand 30% of the other person, which is quite less. It could be intentional disguise, or if it's not intentional disguise, it means it might. You guys haven't spent enough time together, teacher feels it's not enough, I'm about to leave, long acquaintance doesn't matter. Some people may be like, teacher, some friends also see once a half year. We've known each other for a long time, but understanding is still far from enough. Here comes another praying. The wear and tear of feelings is still great, but this person, honestly, you're balancing him. The object of the comment, regardless of whether he is a boy or a girl, so weaker than you imagine. Or say his ability to take responsibility is a bit weaker. But it may be related to age, or it may be related to family atmosphere or education. For example, their family is not complete, so he has expectations for the future and expectations for marriage. There isn't as much as you guys. So can you already understand this? If it's just about dating, I feel that the likelihood of getting back together later is quite high. It's okay to reunite and meet again. Basically, there's no problem. But if you really have to find this person, boys and girls are just as they are. If your future is the other half of your life, then honestly, I feel that you still need to spend more time with the other person. Not just communicating online or by phone, because the number of meetings represented here is not enough. Although we have feelings for each other, this lover has appeared. Although we have feelings for each other, the meeting time is too short, or for whatever reason, the time spent together is far from enough.
What am I doing? I should be prescribing medicine.
We have two faces. This is what we're talking about today. Sell 2 kinds of fruits. It's best to feel that the other person is at this stage. You let go, but you don't want to let go. But when you're with him, he doesn't cherish. Anyway, it's just afraid of other people's human nature. But this person will be more obvious, right? More obvious. He really wants to come back, but he can't find a particularly good time to. This kind of feeling. Let's look at the second one. The first one is already out. What the hell is this? Let's look at the second one. Go home. Okay, the first one appears. These two cards look exactly the same, except for the color, they are almost the same. Let's look at the first one. The second appearance is mortality, moral view. Life is bleak, bright, beautiful, and immoral. When it appears, it often means you need to pay attention, and you affect others. Or say there are some problems that you need to dig deep. Because what appears here is a multi-talented is a moral view. On one hand, the relationship to morality is certainly just a small part of some people's lives. The other party originally has a family, or you originally have a family. Another possibility is that he has not handled his previous relationship well. There's also a part that might be due to a slightly different perspective, so you need to dig deep into this understanding. This card is also quite dark, feels a little terrifying, isn't it? But here is a little secret. Just as the teacher said, you don't know enough about the other party. If the other person comes back, just come back. It's really necessary to spend some time to adjust it, okay? And the first chapter prompted him. Listening to such communication of number 37, nature communication is quite interesting. This is what it means. If you get too nervous when you're with them, it's probably because you care a lot. The teacher says you might care a lot and be nervous. It's scary, but it means you can relax. Don't be nervous. Communicating with each other in a way that is as natural as nature itself will make things a bit better. It's okay. Just be yourself. You don't have to pretend to be what the other person wants or what you think the other person wants. They might be able to tell.